So I'm in trouble with the union. Let's discuss. What is considered struck work? Who is considered an influencer? Are there any movies that we are allowed to talk about? And most importantly, have you subscribed yet? I mean, how much trouble am I in? Let's find out. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It is so nice to see you. You know, I love when you visit. I really do. I really do. Have you subscribed yet, by the way? Please do that. Please help me. So, backstory, I recently posted a deep dive documentary. I did not post it in its entirety due to time and personal issues and admittedly a poll that I took. So I did listen to you guys and decided to break it up for all those reasons. The issue is that this deep dive documentary in question featured a lot of media clips. Now, believe it or not, I had actually written the script for this video last year, way back in November. Yeah, so I had actually written this script before my Revlon one. I had filmed it before the strike, edited about 90% of it before the strike. I hadn't posted to my channel in ages, so I was really frustrated with myself because of this huge lag between my videos. And so given all of that, I just wanted to post something. So the plan was to post it in time for the release of a certain movie about a certain physicist to hopefully gain some traction that way. You know, ride the wave of people's renewed interest in radiation. Hopefully get a lot of eyes on my video, which didn't happen, as it turns out. Nobody saw it. Maybe a few of you did, but I can assure you that nobody saw this thing. I'm so glad I spent so much time working on it for no one to see. But then the strike happened. The strike happened on July 14th, which was a few days before my original planned publishing date for my video, the deadline that I had imposed on myself. And I wasn't totally sure what the rules were. I figured as long as I focused on an indie film and older work that I was in the clear. I had some technical issues and time constraints and personal issues. I posted about the loss of my furry son as a community post a while back, but what I did not share with you all is that a short time later, in the midst of me just trying to move on from it, I lost a close friend to cancer. So, fresh wave of grief, depression, and not wanting to do anything pushed my schedule back even more. She, by the way, is the Emily that my last video was dedicated to. She was an amazing person, and I'd like to think that she would have watched and enjoyed the heck out of that video. So I basically rushed to get the video out. I published it from a hotel room in Jamaica where I was attending one of my best friend's weddings. I don't know if you've ever tried to juggle mourning one friend while celebrating another, while trying to focus on doing something for yourself, but it is a lot. So the video is published, but I don't bother to promote it as heavily as I did my Revlon documentary, and it shows. I felt guilty for promoting it because I still wasn't sure what the rules were, and I decided to hold off on posting part 2 indefinitely until I got clarification. So after reaching out to a union member friend and reading articles and going through the strike website and finding a great video on here that I thought answered all my questions, I still wasn't sure. So I reached out to SAG directly and in the process basically told on myself, and they actually got back to me the very next day. And honestly, it does not bode well for my channel in its current format. So I wanted to share that exchange with all of you on the off chance you too are in need of clarification as much as I am. So here now is that exact exchange. Hello, I want to do my part to support the strike, so I was looking for some clarification, as I feel I might have already messed up and don't want to go forward with any more work till I know for sure what is and isn't okay. About me, I'm a tiny YouTuber, tiny, with under 1,000 subscribers, so my channel is not monetized. The primary focus of my channel is film and TV commentary, more critical than a standard review, in my opinion, centered on fashion and costume analysis of a particular work from the point of view of a background actor with a design degree. I also do occasional deep dive educational documentaries. I'm a non-union background actor with 3 union vouchers, and I don't want to jeopardize future entry into the union. For those of you who don't know, if you are non-union and want to join the union, having 3 union vouchers is one of the ways that you are eligible to join, which I now am. I've just been withholding for various reasons. The possible issue. I recently published a video chronicling what the media gets right and wrong about the effects of radiation and comparing real-life people and events like the discovery of radium to on-screen portrayals. It is meant to be an educational analysis, and obviously I use clips from various productions to illustrate my points, i.e. versus what really happened. The main focus is dissection of an indie film that later went to streaming on Netflix for a limited time. Full disclosure here, right? Super transparent. Current actions. I have not really done much of anything to promote the video, nor will I until I get assurances that it's okay. Further, it is part 1 of a 2-part video, but I'm holding off on publishing the second part till I get the okay. Reason. While the first video focused on older projects, I was planning on discussing in part 2 as it relates to the timeline in my discussion of radiation, etc. And I was going to mention a related project I worked on myself that has yet to be released, but I feel like the rules are more clear-cut about those too, so I'm holding off. Questions. What is considered struck work? Is it only current projects? Is media older than a certain number of years allowed? Who is considered an influencer? Is discussion of media allowed if done so through a commentary critical analysis lens? Is discussion of media allowed if I'm not getting paid to discuss the work? What, if anything, would I need to omit from future educational commentary videos to ensure I'm following strike guidelines? Can I promote my current video, or is promoting a YouTube video that uses film and TV footage considered promoting struck work? I'm very sorry for all of the questions. I just really need clarification because I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I'd also like to be able to share this information with others in need of clarity, as I know I'm not alone. Thank you so much for taking the time to read this. I look forward to better understanding. All the best, Yasel. So they then responded, "Hi Yasel, thank you so much for reaching out and for your thoughtful questions." I love exclamation points. Hope the below help address the questions you've raised. They were so nice. We consider anyone who is monetizing 2 exclamation points. I love it. I love the friendliness right off the bat. Super appreciative. We consider anyone who is monetizing their social media in some capacity an influencer. Any TV show or film, past or current, that would have been covered by our TV theatrical agreements is considered struck work, unless that project appears on our interim agreement list. Discussion of struck productions is promotional and can drive viewers to struck companies' platforms to watch the shows promoted by your content. If an influencer is a professional film or television critic and creates social content that consists of genuine review or critique, like a modern-day Siskel and Ebert, then the review content will not be in violation of the strike order. SAG-AFTRA considers anything beyond professional critique to be promotional. We hope creators will help us in relaying the seriousness of this matter by refraining from posting, paid or organic, about any project by struck companies during the strike. If you'd like to check in on specific titles in order to explore whether or not the project is struck, I invite you to check out our signatory search tool. Please reach out with any questions. Here to help. Super nice email, very informative, very appreciative of how quickly they responded to me, how nice they were about it, and I will post the links to both the interim agreement list and the signatory search tool below. Basically, what that means is I cannot promote that video that I published, and I probably shouldn't have published it, to be honest. And I think as long as I hold off indefinitely on posting part 2, I should be okay, as well as refraining from posting about any film or TV project, minus the handful of exceptions, then I'm good. It sounds like I'm not in super serious trouble for having posted a video that I probably shouldn't have, but they're gonna let it go because I think they can tell I'm being genuine. I didn't really want to F up, and I'm just not gonna promote it for a while. So my views will suffer. I didn't think it mattered because I have under 1,000 followers. I'm a nobody, but I think everything makes a difference, which is why I'm making this video for you guys as well. So if you have any more questions, I'm happy to answer them below. Alternatively, you guys are welcome to reach out to SAG-AFTRA directly with your questions if you're still unclear about some things. So if you are an influencer, even if you're not being paid to promote a certain movie, but you post your outfit that you're wearing that is themed to a certain movie, you are technically promoting that movie and thus crossing the picket line, essentially. So let's be more careful not to do these things. And when I say a handful of exceptions, what movies can we talk about? Actually, A24 has agreed to all of SAG-AFTRA's demands, meaning you can talk about any A24 production. Any videos made about the upcoming Priscilla film, looks looks super interesting. I love Sofia Coppola. I'm probably gonna check that out and maybe do some content on that. That is allowed. Talk to me. Anything under the A24 umbrella. So I can talk about how on my flight to Jamaica, I watched The Whale on the plane, and it was excellent. I love me some Brendan Fraser. Protect that man at all costs. And if you want, I can promote my Everything Everywhere All at Once video that kind of helped me blow up a little bit initially. Definitely got a lot of views. Super exciting. It's still to this day one of the best videos I've ever done, I think, and something that I'm really super proud of. So to give you an idea of what the content on my channel looks like ideally, I'm gonna link to that as well. That is an excellent video. I highly recommend, and I can keep promoting. So anything they do, as well as the 10th. So this was just updated yesterday, end of business day. So they will keep updating this. This list includes productions that are signed to agreements within the scope of the strike order, but have signed interim agreements allowing them to resume. For productions listed in black, members may work on these productions without being in violation of the strike order. For productions listed in blue, members may audition and/or engage in negotiations regarding casting for these productions, but may not yet travel, rehearse, or otherwise begin rendering services for the production. Also, any UK productions, free game. Actors Equity, the union that represents UK actors, is not on strike. They're allowed to continue filming, and thus I believe that if you want to talk about that production, it's okay. But I don't know if it's on a streaming service that it's still okay. That's where I still have some confusion. Like, the House of the Dragon actors are allowed to keep filming because they're Equity, but at the same time, if it airs on HBO, is HBO still meeting the demands of the strike? So are we then allowed to talk about it once it comes out? And is the strike really going to go on for that long? We'll see. But I'm super disappointed in Bob Iger and Disney and how he is handling the situation. And basically, according to recent TikTok of a conversation between Bernie and Fran Drescher, the union president, that he's basically not even letting the other billionaire CEOs have a say. Like, he's just strong-arming everyone because he wants his way, calling what the actors want unrealistic, despite him making $78,000 a day.
There's a level of expectation that they have that is just not realistic.
And he stuck his foot in it so bad that you notice they're not letting any of the other CEOs open their mouth. There he is, sitting in his designer clothes, just got off his private jet at the billionaires' camp, telling us we're unrealistic when he's making $78,000 a day. How do you deal with someone like that who's so tone deaf? Are you an ignoramus? I don't understand. There is a need for people that are in a position of power to belittle, demean, dishonor, and disrespect the people down at the bottom. And I cannot tolerate that.
I encourage everyone to do more research on the subject because as a background actor, these negotiations affect me as well. So I really want to support the union because they only have the actor's best interest at heart and in mind. And I truly, sincerely believe that. I think it's really telling that a lot of the terms in the agreement regarding the fair treatment and care for background actors, such as myself, fall under the section of the agreement known as basic respect and fairness, and that all of those terms were basically rejected. So AMPTP basically just rejected outright basic respect and fairness, and that should tell you everything you need to know. So yeah, there's a bit of a channel update, a bit of a personal update. Thank you to all of my incredible supporters, to anyone who's liked, subscribed, shared any of my videos, who have ever bought me a coffee and is continuing to buy me coffees. I cannot tell you how much your support means to me and how incredibly helpful it has been. These people are the reason I was able to buy admission to the Thomas Edison Historical Park to film in there. You guys did that. Any money I get from coffee goes right back into this channel and into me making these videos as awesome as I can. I will not be going anywhere. I have a lot of stuff in the works that will be okay to post. And as a matter of fact, I have another video coming up for you guys very soon. Like, subscribe, follow me on all the socials, and get ready for some design drama. Thank you so much for watching.